We watched Freaky Friday and The Parent Trap.
Not Freakier Friday?
That's what we were prepping for. And Johnny had never seen him. She loved him. She loves it felt just so as it is. Just felt so late 90s, early 2000s, Nickelodeon, Disney. And I am such a sucker for I still to this day at the end of Freaky Friday and at the end of The Parent Trap, I tear up.
It's weird.
Yeah.
The biggest, the baddest, wackiest, funniest, filmiest show on earth.
Never forget.
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Acts with Corbin.
I'm Lindsay Lohan.
You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter for more juicy content. Thank you for some Patreon. Follow us on like button.
Yeah, it still hits me in the feels.
Welcome back. Today we got a food video. This is eating Michelin-star dosa at Sema, the best Indian restaurant in New York City.
Hey.
And read
Is this the place that we saw them make biryani?
I don't know.
This is the video of famous food reviewer reviewing Sema in Greenwich Village in New York City. The restaurant is not only one of the best Indian restaurants in New York City, it's also one of the best in the country, and it's currently the only Michelin-starred Indian restaurant in the city. Chef Vijay of Sema serves Southern Indian cuisine who comes from a very humble beginning in a small village from Tamil Nadu. Hope you guys enjoy, and we'll visit it someday. You ever been to Tamil Nadu?
I know it's technically true because the restaurant might be Michelin starred, but Mayura is Michelin rated, which means the food is Michelin star quality. It's just to get the star, everything needs to be there.
When is Fatur going to get into that category?
Yeah, he says he doesn't care.
Of course he doesn't, because he's a chef who, he's not eyeing that, but the food quality at Fatur,
yeah. Oh, easily.
Easily
Michelin. But it needs to be like the inside of the place, the parking lot. It's like
it's the whole experience.
But Mayura has a Michelin rated food, so their food
It's exquisite.
Is Michelin rated.
So good.
Here we go.
Sema is not only one of the best Indian restaurants in New York City, it's
Whereabouts in New York City? Oh, look at that little chef.
Annie's. Ingredients for childhood.
Shut up, Annie.
Hi, it's Mark Barden from Sandy Hook Promise.
Hi, Mark.
The shooter who murdered my sweet little...
Without a doubt, Sema is not only one of the best Indian restaurants in New York City, it's likely one of the best in the country. They've received a wealth of praise and have even earned a Michelin star. The restaurant may also just serve the best dosa in NYC, and I just had to try it.
Looks tiny.
It's folded like 4 ways.
Yeah. It's in Greenwich Village. Okay.
Where's that?
South. Like below. It's the lower Battery. Greenwich Village is below.
It's a pretty nice summer day here in New
the World
York
Trade
City.
Center.
Right now I'm at a park
to the
along
east,
the River.
just before you go into Brooklyn, across the Brooklyn Bridge.
A nice breeze, a cup of coffee, and doing a little reading. But the true excitement comes later tonight. Going to a very exciting restaurant.
Are there not better
I'll be
coffee
going
shops
to
in
what
New
is
York than
currently
Starbucks?
the only
Yeah.
Michelin-starred
There are.
Indian restaurant in New York
Says
City.
the guy who went to Starbucks in New York.
Some say it's the very best Indian restaurant in New York City, and by that token, it's probably one of the best in the entire country.
Stop
Now,
moving your
of course,
camera
I'm
like
excited
that.
to go to this restaurant because it has a Michelin star, but I'm also really looking forward to going there because
think
it's
it's
part
an
of one of
editing.
the hottest restaurant
know.
groups in
No,
New York City right now.
I think it's
Disorienting.
I think it's a glitch.
The restaurant group has just given
gotta
New
be,
York
because
City
this camera's
a lot of
stationary.
hot spots.
It's very disorienting.
Dal, which I really enjoyed my meal there. Damaka, I haven't been there yet, but I hope to go to soon.
I miss
and
New
Rowdy
York now.
Rooster, which I absolutely love. I really appreciate this restaurant group because they're showing the vast depth and richness of Indian cuisine that's just not really been seen in this country. They're serving Indian food that is just more authentic and which goes far beyond the typical chicken tikka masala places. And New Yorkers have really been embracing the unapologetic food that this restaurant group has given the city. And unfortunately, because of that, getting a reservation at a restaurant like Sema hasn't been exactly easy.
Hit us up.
And the last time I checked, they unfortunately don't offer reservations for lonely single diners like me. But fortunately, they have a bar that's reserved
Great.
for walk-ins. So that's how I plan to dine at Sema this evening. So now I'm gonna finish up my coffee and then head to the restaurant right before it opens to ensure that I get that spot at the bar, and hopefully I'll enjoy a very nice dinner.
Sema was founded in the Greenwich Village neighborhood of Manhattan in 2021. When I arrived to the restaurant about 17 minutes before it would open its doors, there were already 4 people ahead of me waiting for bar seats. In Tamil, Sema means awesome, fantastic, or wonderful. I
Did he
would
say
later
in
learn
Tamil?
that the word would prove to
Bless
be
his
the
heart.
perfect description
We were there
for
once.
the establishment's food. Before even stepping foot inside Sema, my culinary experience began as a server handed out cups of fresh mango juice for those waiting. It was very nice, tasty, and refreshing, and showcased the warm hospitality that I was about to experience inside the restaurant. At 5 p.m., the establishment opened its doors and I took my seat. Within a minute, the entire bar was filled with walk-ins. As far as the interior, it's pleasant. Sema occupies a space that used to house Rahi, which was a contemporary Indian restaurant. While some elements of Rahi remain, the space has transformed to showcase
got
a
their
more
Michelin
tropical
1
aesthetic,
year
which
after
is
opening.
indicative of the southern Indian culinary offerings served at Sema. Chef Vijay Kumar, who was formerly the chef at the Michelin-starred Rasa in Burlingame, California, has crafted a menu that showcases the heart and soul of southern Indian food with a fine dining craftsmanship that doesn't hold back from bold flavors and spice. As a result, Chef Vijay and Sema have garnered a wealth of praise, which has equated to glowing reviews and the award of a Michelin star in 2022. Because of that, I wanted to try as much food as possible. As far as beverages, Sema does have some interesting cocktails, while their wine list is quite small in comparison to other fine dining establishments. But once again, to save money, I just stuck with water. Food-wise, the menu is organized from smaller courses to larger dishes, and I thought that I would order a variety. I didn't have to wait long before my first course was presented. I got the Muleka Tia Taniyam. It consisted of sprouted mung beans, coconut, and smoked chili. Presentation-wise, I thought it was pretty damn cool looking. It looked like an edible garden.
Yeah, it
While
does.
Sema may serve numerous traditional southern Indian dishes, the look of my first course was clearly contemporary. The mung beans in the bowl take 3 days to sprout, and they just look so awesome. Basically, it's a spicy salad filled with pleasant textures. It's odd, but a couple of the flavor notes really remind me of the guacamole from Chipotle. I know, it's strange, and the texture is obviously
That's a
different. Plus,
very
there's no
weird
spice, but I couldn't
comparison.
help myself of thinking about Chipotle's offering.
Could you imagine if I said that to
Nevertheless, I thought
Surya?
that it was a top-notch
This
dish.
reminds me of the guacamole at
Tasty,
Chipotle.
Great start to my dinner.
Well, I did say one of his things was like a bubble bath and Indian bath.
At Colonial Van Lines,
Bless his heart. He's just being honest, but that's a bit of an insult.
Oh no, it was a compliment.
Next is one of the restaurant's signature dishes, the gunpowder dosa, which is basically a rice and lentil crepe filled with a potato masala.
It is not a crepe.
Alongside the dosa was a bowl of sambar, which is typically a spicy lentil-based vegetable stew, along with small cups of tomato and coconut chutneys. Visually, the dosa is simply beautiful, and it's almost perfectly
tiny.
symmetrical triangle shape. I was so hyped to try this dish, so I tore off a piece and tried it just as it was before dipping it into any of its accompaniments. The dosa was incredible. It had the perfect texture. It was nice, thin, and crispy.
I wanna know
but
what that
also
costs,
still
too, for that little
flexible.
dosa.
But the best part about the
30
dosa
something.
was hands down the gunpowder mixture. Also known as miligai podi, the gunpowder spice is a mixture of ground lentils and chilies. It was so extremely delicious. To me, that flavor made the dish. I also enjoyed the
Okay,
potato
there was
masala,
potato,
which
yeah.
was concentrated towards the center of the dosa. The taste was really nice, but I did feel like the potatoes could have been a bit softer.
Yes.
As far as
He
the
wanted mashed
accompaniments,
potatoes.
I really enjoyed all 3 of them as they added varying flavor profiles to the plate.
You need to come to a
The
tour.
sambar had a decent amount of spice, while the chutneys were able to counter that factor.
doing these little dips.
Now, I haven't consumed a lot of dosas, but the ones I've had have been really good. However, Sema's example proved to be better than all of them.
Come on,
It
white
was
man,
by
get your
far
fingers
the
dirty.
Best dosa that I've ever had. After consuming it, it became pretty clear why it's one of Sema's most famous offerings.
I'll give you some Sema.
Next up was the Dindagol biryani with goat, sriracha samba rice, garam masala, and mint. My first
Nailed
thought
it.
upon seeing this dish was, what the hell was I thinking when I ordered it? This biryani was clearly not meant for a single person to consume. It's not so much a bowl as it's more of a bucket of rice and goat. The portion size was massive, although it's much better to have too much food than not enough.
Especially in a
Alongside
fancy
the
restaurant.
biryani were 2 sauces, with one of them being a yogurt sauce. My waiter recommended I try the biryani before I added any of the sauces, which was
loves
exactly
doing
what I
that.
did. I would describe my first bite as hot as hell. I'm not talking temperature-wise, but it was also pretty spicy. Flavor-wise, I really liked it. It was hearty and comforting. After giving the yogurt a try, I added some of both sauces to the bowl.
I need to add some drama music to some of our food.
Seriously. Tempered the heat and spice a bit, but the reality was the biryani was so delicious and satisfying that I still would have been just as happy without adding anything.
The music.
The dish is very much rooted in the Dindigul region of Tamil Nadu, India. While the northern style of biryani most are familiar with uses basmati rice, Sema's version utilizes Sariga Samba rice from the south of India. In addition, the rice and goat are actually cooked together and do not get steamed until later, resulting in different flavors and textures, which I really enjoyed. The goat was fantastic. It was so juicy and flavorful and fall off the bone delicious.
Sorry, my phone died. I mean, my camera died again.
Incredible comfort food to me. I loved it, but it was spicy and I was getting full. Even though it was spicy, it was nothing that I couldn't handle, but the fact that I was eating so much of it was taking its toll on me. Each spoonful of rice felt like I was adding fuel to the fire burning in my stomach, and my nose started running.
Corbin can relate.
I still had a couple of napkins left over from my Starbucks stop earlier in the day, which helped me deal
I thought he
with
had
the
Chipotle
situation.
napkins.
Despite the adversity, I was pushing through, but even with such
This white
tasty
man has
food,
gone
there's
through so
only
much adversity.
I can eat, and I still wanted to get dessert. During this time, I noticed that most of the walk-ins that sat at the bar when the restaurant opened were beginning to leave. Obviously, they exercised a bit more self-control than I did when it came to ordering.
Nah, they just didn't want to be around you.
As a result, there were open bar seats, so I would recommend showing up to Sema between 6:30 and 7 if one wants to eat at the restaurant later as a walk-in. When I finished, it wasn't a perfectly clean plate, but I got most of it and I didn't internally combust, so I count that as a win. For dessert, there were only two options, so I got the one that sounded the lightest and most refreshing. I chose the Alanier Payasam, which consisted of tender coconut, coconut milk, coconut water, cashews, raisins, and ghee. Thankfully, it was just what I needed to tame the spice that was disintegrating my stomach. It was a cool and refreshing dessert with a custard-like but also somewhat liquidy texture that was punctuated by the raisins and cashews. Of course, the coconut flavor was dominant, but I liked what the raisins provided.
It reminded me of the sour cream at
However, I
Chipotle.
do feel that maybe something more could have been added to the dish. Perhaps a fruit or something that could lend a level of acidity. It just felt like the dessert could have been pushed a bit further because the coconut was a very neutral and tame flavor. But don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the dessert and it was exactly what I needed after consuming the great amount of fiery food that I had that evening. In summation, I really
Fiery
enjoyed my dinner at
biryani.
Sema. The food was bold and flavorful, the restaurant had a nice lively atmosphere, and the service was solid. Although I do have to say there were a couple of times that it took a bit longer than it should have to clear my plates, but for me that was a very small issue. With my dessert finished, it was time for the bill. In total, my dinner came to $89.28, but with my tip, I spent around $106. While that isn't exactly cheap, considering the fact that I ate enough food for 2 people, I felt like that was an incredible
You know how much
deal.
street
By
food that would buy
token,
you?
Sema is without a doubt one of the most affordable Michelin-starred restaurants in NYC. After paying, I somehow managed to stand up and I wobbled out into the night.
Oh my god, am I full?
Why does he remind me of Nathan?
That was really good. I wish there was a bench or something around here because I need to sit down. I think I ate too much, but damn, that food was good. That was hands down the best Indian restaurant I've ever been to. Every course was awesome, but that dosa was hands down the best dosa I've ever had in my life by far. That
Come
was
to LA, go to
incredible.
Fatur.
I really have no complaints. Semma
Go to
is
Mayura.
not just a great Indian restaurant, it is a great restaurant, period. I will definitely be back to Semma, but I think next time I'm gonna try to exercise a little self-restraint when it comes to ordering particular things, but it was worth it, that's for sure. Tonight was a great evening for sure, but now I'm gonna wobble over to the subway, head home, and pretty much do nothing for the rest of the night. But I can't
It's gonna
wait
be hot
to
coming out the other
return
end,
one
too.
day to Semma.
I have so much grace for mispronunciations because we not only still do it, man, did we do it at the beginning.
Not me.
Nope, you've always been perfect.
Always.
Never
been
had a
perfect.
mispronunciation.
Agreed. I would like to eat there.
I would definitely like to eat there. I'd like to try it.
It definitely looked like, even though it's like Michelin star, more traditional Michelin star. Whereas if you go to
Yeah.
Fatur,
Well,
which should be Michelin starred,
yeah.
it's a complete fusion. Even though he does do traditional as well.
His portion sizes are bigger too. And then my order's portion sizes are off the charts.
Both of those are Michelin quality in terms of how good.
Another really good, we don't talk about it enough, but a not high level place to eat that is excellent Indian food is Chennai Tiffin in
Chennai
Canoga
Tiffin's.
Park. Chennai Tiffin's on Victory. It's a really nice Indian food that we go there.
better Indian food, if it's LA or in New York.
I don't know.
Obviously, we only know because we've eaten so much here.
There's a lot of Indians.
But it's going to be hard to beat Fitur and Mayura.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of Indians on the East Coast.
There's a lot of Indians here.
I think there's more here.
But in terms of like food, New York is obviously known for food. So is LA. I think people don't realize, even though I think people know that you can get good food in LA, but it's like one of the reasons I feel like people go to New York because of the food.
Sure.
But it's the same thing here. The reason the food is good in New York is because there's probably people from that country opening restaurants there.
Absolutely.
It's the exact same thing in LA.
Yeah.
It's just we're a lot more spread out and all over the place. But you can find, like, there's so many great restaurants in LA. They're just all over the place.
Yeah, of all different kinds.
If there's a type of food that you want, you will be able to find a great restaurant by a person probably from that country.
Yep,
here in LA.
100%.
Easily.
You can get Lebanese food, Israeli food, Argentinian, Brazilian, Mexican, Italian, Thai, Chinese, Japanese, you name it.
And you could get high-end and
Russian.
High-end and entry quality.
There's a place, it's called Grandma's Deli in North Hollywood that Andrani and I frequent all the time.
Russian food?
It's Russian food, and it is delicious. Their stuffed cabbage is wonderful. They have this chicken meatball soup. It's a beautiful, tiny little mom and pop place. And it's great. You walk in, and on the wall, there's this big thing that says, "Fuck Putin."
That's funny. That's funny.
So yeah, I mean, it's very much the same in New York. You just need to know where to go because everything's so on top of each other. And no, obviously you're going to find places that are these top level, high price places. I promise there's going to be mom and pop things.
Oh, we saw that guy
that you can find
as a cart, I believe, right?
Yes, down very close to this place. Yeah. He had a cart down by the park across from the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I bet you could. Let us know if you're from New York, how many good places there are.
Yeah, New York or New Jersey, right across the Hudson. What's some, because there's some stuff across in New Jersey that's also a lot of good Indian stuff.
Some of the comments on our food video made me laugh so hard because
on which food video or just any of them?
Fitur.
Oh,
because some people just don't understand what fusion means.
That doesn't surprise me.
And they're like, they're ruining it. Why do you have to fusion? That's the type of restaurant it is.
Trust me, they're not ruining it.
Oh no! Like look at this.
This is too fancy Indian food. What does that even mean? Nobody serves them like that.
Yeah,
here.
it's a fusion
That's
restaurant.
Point. The point is to take it and do something different with it. It's masterful.
Most people eat them, but it's not. Yeah, it's fusion.
Yeah, it's not claiming to be authentic.
Like what you're describing is the type of restaurant it is.
Yeah, the very thing you're saying you don't like about it is what it is. So clearly you don't like fusion. You only want traditional.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd be that way. If you want traditional, you can get it. He does traditional pretty great. So, but straight traditional all the time is Mayura.
No, that's straight Kerala.
Kerala, traditional. He's going to give you fusion, all regions. Sudi is a very talented chef, and he's got a great team of people who care so much about quality. They're great. Love that restaurant.
There's still that restaurant I want to try in LA that we saw a video of a long time ago.
At the gas station.
The gas station.
Yeah.
And they serve like a burrito.
I know.
An Indian
I know. I want to
burrito.
try that too.
That does sound amazing.
Yep.
I do want to try that. There's so many things I want to try. I'm just trying to... I want to find a place that does Indian sweets really well and ask them if we can make like Diwali sweets.
Yeah, I would love to find a place because Indrani took me to a sweet shop in Kolkata on my first trip there. That was...
But it'll also be different, like depending on what type of...
Of course. What region you're in. Yeah. Endless possibilities.
Anyways, let us know other videos we can react to.
The biggest, the baddest, wackiest, funniest, filmiest show on earth.
Never fall.